Finally tonight, Britain's King Charles has inherited an annual ancient tradition involving birds, old-fashioned boats, and a bit of math. But this year, things aren't adding up. CBS's Ian Lee explains.
The King!
The UK's newly crowned King Charles needs to keep his ducks in a row. That includes counting his swans. Every year, boatloads of workers round the birds up along England's River Thames in a tradition called swan-upping.
We will then lift them out of the water, we will take them ashore, we weigh them, measure them, and most importantly, we check them for any injuries.
They search an 80-mile stretch of the river for 5 days. In a royal responsibility that dates to the 12th century, when the crown claimed all the wild swans in the land. Back then, it was more about making sure there was enough swan meat to eat at feasts and banquets. This is the first time in 70 years they're patrolling these waters in the name of a new monarch after the death of Queen Elizabeth.
The King is very, very interested in wildlife, conservation, so it's going to be marvelous, I think.
But results from this year's swan census aren't so delightful, with the number of swans found dropping by 40%, a result the King's swan marker calls disappointing, especially after tragedy struck last year in the form of bird flu.
We had many hundreds of swans on the Thames die over this, mainly in the larger flocks, which was a real disaster to us.
But there's an upside to the drastic decline. The 94 swans found are in good health as the King takes them under his wing. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.